The 2018 Jaguar F-Pace SVR. Jaguar introduced the F-Pace compact luxury crossover back in 2015 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, eventually bringing it stateside in May of 2016. Lauded by critics as both beautiful and opulent, and when equipped with a supercharged V6 pretty quick too, the F-Pace is the right machine for a segment overflowing with demand. Now, JAG's first ever SUV gets the go faster treatment courtesy of JLR's Performance and Customization Division, Special Vehicle Operations (SVO). Making its debut at the 2018 New York International Auto Show, the F-Pace SVR is framed as a combination of sports car performance and practical SUV design, adding 2 cylinders, loads of extra power, a fresh aesthetic, and a whole lot more over the standard model. Continue reading to learn more about the 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR. 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR exterior. The SVR model adds another dose of aggression to the mix, rocking a fresh SVR-branded aero package from tip to tail. In 2017, the Jaguar F-Pace managed to grab both the World Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year awards, which is testament to the sleek penmanship of the SUV's head designer, Ian Callum. Callum is best known for his work on such beauties as the Aston Martin Vanquish, Jaguar CX-75, and the Jaguar F-Type, and it's impressive that the tall-bodied F-Pace manages to look at home among such rarefied company. Even so, the SVR model adds another dose of aggression to the mix, rocking a fresh SVR-branded aero package that adds a unique front bumper and rear bumper, new, lower side skirts, and a new spoiler on the hatch. Up front, the F-Pace SVR's unique bumper receives larger air intakes, with a quartet of grills up top, at the bottom, and in the sides, all of which get a glossy black insert. You'll also notice the requisite SVR badge added in the lower driver's side corner of the top intake, plus a subtle front chin spoiler down below. Above the intakes is a unique SVR hood treatment, which gets some muscle-bound sinews leading towards the windshield, as well as 2 rows of vents in a matte black finish. The new hood definitely lends the SUV a good amount of sporty flair, but it's also functional, with those vents and louvers providing a means of egress to the hot air inside the engine bay. In the sides, the F-Pace SVR receives larger fender vents just behind the front wheels, which also function to decrease the air pressure inside the wheel arches at speed, reducing lift and adding stability in the process. The vents also provide a little extra cooling for the plus-sized brakes. Compared to the standard F-Pace, Jaguar stuffed in a unique set of lightweight forged alloy wheels measuring in at 21 inches as standard. Compared to the standard F-Pace, you'll find the SVR model receives unique wheel arch extensions with flat black trim along the edges, underneath which Jaguar stuffed in a set of unique lightweight forged alloy wheels measuring in at 21 inches as standard. Buyers can also opt into 22 inches, if desired. Jaguar says the lower body moldings provide a low-slung muscularity that sets the SVR apart. We think it looks pretty good, and once again, it's somewhat functional, as the upgraded side skirts direct the atmosphere around the flanks of the vehicle for reduced turbulence and a sleeker cut through the air. Moving into the rear of the vehicle, the F-Pace SVR gets a pronounced roof-mounted lip spoiler that reduces overall lift and drag, simultaneously upping the machine's high-speed stability. Below the hatch is a diffuser element, once again in flat black, which frames a set of quad exhaust tips with a polished metal finish. 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR interior. Inside the 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR, a combination of high-end materials, streamlined surfaces, and performance cues makes for a rather tasty interior spec. Inside the 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR, you'll find a cabin space laden with luxury. A combination of high-end materials, streamlined surfaces, and performance cues makes for a rather tasty interior spec. Passengers seated up front will enjoy the bucket-style slimline sport seats, which look to keep you in place thanks to their large lateral bolsters. There's also slimline sport seats in the rear, although the side bolsters aren't nearly as big as those up front. However, both the front and rear seats come complete with signature lozenge quilting, as well as an SVR logo embossed into the head rests. In the center console, you'll find a pistol-style shifter knob called a sports shift selector. Added as a replacement for the rotary selector used on the standard F-Pace, we definitely prefer this more traditional take on choosing your drive mode. There's also an SVR-specific steering wheel, complete with soft-touch upholstery wrappings and aluminum paddle shifters just behind the hand grips. In the center console, you'll find a pistol-style shifter knob called a sports shift selector. On the infotainment front, the F-Pace SVR comes with a Touch Pro system as standard, which is controlled by a standard 10-inch touchscreen mounted in the center stack. There's also a 4G Wi-Fi connection for up to 8 separate devices, plus a 12.3-inch high-definition instrument cluster behind the steering wheel. Interior colors include options like red with jet, light oyster with jet, sienna tan with jet, and jet with light oyster stitching. Finally, the F-Pace SVR retains some semblance of SUV-like practicality with as much as 650 liters (23 cubic feet) of rear cargo room with the second-row bench seats in the up position. 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR drivetrain. The SVR ups the ante with a substantial 44% increase in power over the fastest supercharged V6 gas engine. Before we dive under the hood of the F-Pace SVR, let's first take a look at what you get in the standard F-Pace for the sake of comparison. Both diesels and gas engines are on the table for the standard model, with the oil burners kicking off with a turbocharged inline 4-cylinder making between 160 and 240 horsepower. There's also a turbo 3.0-liter V6 making 300 horsepower. Meanwhile, the gas engines include a 2.0-liter inline 4-cylinder and a supercharged 3.0-liter V6, with the former making between 250 horsepower and 340 horsepower, and the latter making 380 horsepower. The quickest diesel hits 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds, while the quickest gas engine does the same run in about 5.5 seconds. That's not bad, especially for an SUV, but the SVR ups the ante with a substantial 44% increase in power over the fastest supercharged V6 gas engine. Accomplishing those gains is JLR's favorite go-to speed maker, the supercharged 5.0-liter V8. Peak output from this powerplant is rated at 550 ponies and 680 Newton-meters (502 pound-feet) of torque. As you might imagine, that huge power boost makes the F-Pace SVR quite a bit quicker as well. Properly applied, it'll sprint from 0 to 100 km per hour, 62 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. The 0 to 60 mph run is done in 4.1 seconds. Top speed rated at 283 km per hour, 176 miles per hour, besting the 155 mph top speed of the supercharged V6 by 21 miles per hour. You can bet that fire-breathing 8 sounds the part of a racer thanks to the onboard variable valve active exhaust system. What's more, you can bet that fire-breathing 8 sounds the part of a racer thanks to the onboard variable valve active exhaust system, offering settings for either quiet cruising, or scaring the local populace with crushing V8 sound. The new exhaust system is also 6.6 kilograms (14.6 pounds) lighter than before, and it reduces overall back pressure for easier flow. Matched with the V8 is a quickshift 8-speed automatic transmission with its own unique tuning compared to the 8-speed used on non-SVR F-Pace models. The electric power assist steering system also gets its own unique tuning, as does the adaptive dynamic system, torque vectoring, dynamic stability control and all-wheel drive system. More on those in the next section. 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR chassis and handling. Progressive springs are mated to adaptive dampers, with the SVR gaining updated software for the adaptive dynamic suspension system. Under those aggressive body panels, the Jaguar F-Pace SVR utilizes the same IQL D7A modular platform as the standard F-Pace. These are the underpinnings also used on models like the Jaguar Z, the second-generation Jaguar XF, and the next-generation Jaguar XJ, not to mention the Range Robert Velar SUV. That means the F-Pace is already relatively lightweight and stiff out of the box. Complementing the next-gen architecture underneath is a body that's 80% aluminum, plus a tailgate that's made from a composite material. There's also magnesium used for components like the crosscar beam. Managing the heft that's left over is a double wishbone setup in front and an integral link rear suspension in the rear, both of which are designs that take some of their cues from the Jaguar F-Type sports car. Progressive springs are mated to adaptive dampers, with the SVR gaining updated software for the adaptive dynamics suspension system. The SVR chassis tuning also includes new damper units, while the front and rear spring rates were increased by 30% and 10%, respectively. A new anti-roll bar spec complements the equipment changes, offering as much as 5% less body roll than before. The wheels are also wider in back, providing an extra 25 mm of rubber, with the wider track upping overall grip levels and refining the handling. In the corners, the 22-inch wheel options shave an additional 2.4 kilograms (5.3 pounds) in unsprung weight from the front and 1.7 kilograms (3.7 pounds) in unsprung weight from the rear, while also improving air flow to the brakes. The F-Pace SVR receives upgraded brakes to help deal with the massive power increase. Speaking of the stoppers, the F-Pace SVR receives upgraded brakes to help deal with the massive power increase, including 395 mm 15.6-inch two-piece rotors in front, and 396 mm 15.6-inch two-piece rotors in the rear. When it comes to applying those 550 ponies to the pavement, the SVR comes with a standard Awd system equipped with intelligent driveline dynamics technology. A rear electronic active differential helps turn power into speed with even more efficiency. Interestingly, Jag contends the F-Pace SVR still retains its off-road prowess, with the Awd and intelligent driveline dynamics complemented by technology such as all-surface progress control and adaptive surface response. To be honest, we're a bit incredulous anyone would actually take this thing into the dirt, but we're happy to review any videos you readers send us proving it's possible. 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR prices. Prices for the 2019 Jaguar SVR start at £74,835 across the pond, while stateside buyers can get into one for $79,990. Order books open up this summer. 2019 Jaguar F-Pace SVR competition. Porsche Macan Turbo. When it comes to very fast SUVs, Porsche has been doing it much longer than Jaguar. One of its latest is the Macan Turbo, which arrives to the party rocking a twin-turbo V6 laying down a whopping 400 horsepower through a 7-speed transmission and high-performance Awd system. There's also a 440-horse option if you wanna go even faster. Tick all the right boxes, and you'll be sprinting to 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds, all while enjoying sumptuous German luxury in the cabin. Pricing starts at $77,200. Read our full review of the 2017 Porsche Macan Turbo. Mercedes-AMG GLC 63. Did someone say German luxury? Well, Mercedes-AMG heard, yeah, and it's got this new 5-door SUV ready to roll with a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 under the hood. Output is rated at a trim-topping 503 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, enough to propel the thing to 60 seconds in around 3.7 seconds. It's also got loads of top-shelf materials in the cabin, such as Alcantara and carbon fiber, while the very latest infotainment features keep it appropriately opulent. Pricing starts at around $70,000. Read our full review of the 2018 Mercedes-AMG GLC 63. Conclusion. The F-Pace was Jaguar's best-selling model in 2016, moving some 46,000 units when it was all said and done. And for a company that loves to sell in more niche segments like sport sedans and sport coupes, the F-Pace's success is truly a boon. However, at the end of the day, Jaguar is still a company that wants to offer something to get your blood pumping, and we think this SVR iteration of the F-Pace is right on target. The F-Pace SVR delivers the handling and agility to match its performance. Everything from the steering to the bespoke suspension setup has been tuned specifically for our performance SUV, and the result is a vehicle that lives up to the promise of both the F-Pace and SVR names, says JLR's Chief Engineer of Vehicle Integrity, Mike Cross. The end result is the fastest and most powerful F-Pace yet, and we're liking what we're seeing. After all, who can say no to 550 horsepower from a supercharged V8? Love it. Huge power boost, still looks dead sexy. High-end interior bits. Leave it. Plenty of alternatives on the table. Sports car go in an SUV, is it really necessary? Does it really still off-road? Jaguar F-Pace spy shots. Jaguar has really ironed out the kinks in the new F-Pace SVR. Last time we saw it, it had the production headlights, but it was still rocking a roughly framed front fascia. This time around, Jag has tried to cover it up, but we can see that the fascia is at its production-ready point and will feature huge corner intakes as well as a very prominent air dam. On a side note, that air dam was much smaller on the last prototype but has been enlarged this time around, signaling the thought that we may see this thing make its debut at the LA Auto Show later this month or at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit next January. Nothing else has really changed, but, around back, you can see that the rear fascia has been updated to include a full perimeter around the dual exhaust outlets. The same taillights carry over as do the same side profile features. The interior should see the standard SVR updates but nothing too out of the ordinary. When do you guys think this baby will make its debut? Let us know in the comments section below. References: Jaguar F-Pace. Read our full review on the 2017 Jaguar F-Pace. Read more Jaguar news. Read more New York Auto Show news.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.